Hey YouTube, welcome back to Olympus Reptiles. And today is feed day for our ball pythons. What that does mean is you're going to see animals eating other animals. So again, if you don't want to see that, then go on to the next video. Don't get all mad at me, I'm warning you now what you're going to see. This video is going to focus on feeding pre-killed food, frozen thawed. Most of our animals do eat live. That's because we've had a better feed response with live food and a higher success rate, and that's been our experience. It doesn't mean that you have to feed live. It's just what's worked best for us. We do have a couple that eat frozen thawed. We have some that'll eat anything, so we're going to show you how to do that and how we do that. I'll show you how not to feed frozen thawed first, and then I'll show you how you probably should feed frozen thawed. The first thing when dealing with a frozen thawed rodent is you got to get to that thawed point. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. A lot of people will just let them thaw out naturally and then heat them up on like a heat mat or with a hair dryer or however. But the trick is you want that rat to be warm to the touch, almost like it's got a fever. It should feel warm in your hand, but you don't want to cook it. Don't microwave your rats. Don't boil your rats. Don't cook your rats. Can't stress that enough. Snakes don't like cooked food. It's going to work out really bad for you and really bad for them if you do it. The way we thaw is we just use hot tap water. It's not hot enough to cook, but it's hot enough to do the job. I also put them in a Ziploc bag. Some of the bags will eventually spring a leak and your rats will end up moist. That's kind of a problem, but that doesn't tend to slow too much down. I also like the vacuum sealed bags, like you see here. The reason for that is when you get all that air out of the bag and the rats are in the bag in the warm water, they're actually in the warm water. They're not having an air cushion surrounding them, so they thaw a lot quicker. They get ready for you a lot quicker this way. I can then take the bucket of water with me, so as I'm feeding, the rats I'm working with stay warm, as opposed to bringing in 15 of them, have them start to cool, and have the last rats I'm feeding be cool. Remember, your pythons have those heat sensing pits. They need to see that heat signature. It's how they hunt, and if you don't provide that, you're not usually going to have very good feeds. You're also going to want a pair of tongs. First up for our frozen thawed feed will be Kronos, or carpet python. You probably remember him from the Holy Carpet Python video. Don't mind the situation with his cage furniture. He rearranges as he sees fit. I put it together and make it nice. He decides to throw it all over the cage. This will be the example of how not to feed frozen thawed. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick our frozen thawed rodent, which we're going to give this guy, this one right here. It's warm to the touch. It's ready to go. Here's what we're going to do. We don't use tongs for him. We simply open the cage and we just bring it over to him. This is pretty much the only way he'll eat anymore is out of my hand. That is not how you want to do this, especially with a carpet python. But if I try to give him live food, he completely refuses it and ignores it. If I put it on a tong, I don't have quite as much control over it. If it touches him, then he runs away and ignores it. He literally prefers to eat out of my hand. And believe it or not, that was an aggressive strike for him. Usually he just kind of opens his mouth and takes it. So that's how you don't want to feed. And now we'll show you one with how you do want to feed. Now it's time to show you how to properly do frozen thawed. I feed snakes right in their tubs. And usually I leave the tub in the rack. I can see this guy has made a little mess for us. We'll have to clean up, which we'll do that actually while he's feeding. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to grab me a paper towel. So this is what we're going to feed this gentleman today. And the way you really want to do that is, again, it's warm to the touch. You put it on the tongs. You can hook it in the back or the tail or the leg, however you want to do it. And kind of put it in there, and you want to simulate live. See? He'll find it. Remember, he's only got one eye. And there he goes. And now while he's feeding, since I got into his tub today and I can see that he has made a mess, this is a perfect opportunity to do a little bit of spot cleaning. Because he is preoccupied. And what he's done is he spilled some water out. And he's also had a bowel movement since his last feed, which was a week ago. And he waited to have one of those, so he had one kind of everywhere today. And you can see they're vicious killers. I'm actually going to slide him over while he's eating, if you'll let me. See? And get that last piece of that. Get get some of this wet litter. And he doesn't really pay any attention to me because he's pretty focused on what he's doing. This is probably the way everybody does this. And anytime you're sticking your hand in a cage with the python that's in the middle of feeding, should it change its mind and get too curious about what you're doing, this is a good way to probably get yourself bit. But bites aren't that big of a deal after you've been doing this a while. So it doesn't really bother me to do that. And that would be the proper way to feed frozen thawed. And as you can see, he's going to take that just fine. Hi YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. And today we are going to do some live feeding reptiles. Live feeding of snakes to be specific. What that means is you see this cute little rat? We're going to take things like this and we're going to feed it to snakes. If that's not something you want to see, then you probably should go ahead and stop watching this video and go watch, people cuddle up with puppies or something. But I don't want to see nasty comments or dislikes because that's what we're doing. I'm warning you beforehand. Remember, snakes and reptiles have to eat too. We do raise these little feeders, so they're kind of special to us as well. We don't want to be mean to them, but just like anything, they have to eat. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, we ready to get started today? Today we're going to start with...
Wait.
Stay there, little buddy. Today we're going to start with one of our young het clown ball pythons. She looks like a normal, but she actually carries a clown gene. And all we're going to do is simply pick the rat up and place it in there. And she should do the rest. We usually don't have them completely exposed like this while we feed, but for the purpose of showing you how we feed live and how it goes, we are. There are some things you got to worry about when feeding live. The rat can bite your snake, which doesn't help anybody. So if we see that starting to happen, we give the rat something else to bite, so it can still do what it would naturally do, but we don't get the snake injured where we'd have to disinfect and take care of wounds, hopefully. Constriction, while it looks extremely violent, actually is a very quick way to go. They've even done some studies, and a lot of the time the death isn't from suffocation, it's from the heart failing due to the blood pressure flowing backwards. And there you have it, it's just that quick, guys. Now what he'll do is he'll keep a hold of that rat, and he'll keep it constricted until it's no longer alive, and then he'll swallow it from head first. Throw in there and close up usually, because she's usually kind of shy. That didn't help. Oh, missed. There, she didn't. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. And remember to like us, comment with us, share us, help us grow this channel, help us grow what we're doing. We love your support. And if you want to, ask a question or say you hate us, whatever is fine, because all press is good press. So thank you for taking the time to watch, and have a good day.